Okay, so we continue with the J button submit button, and it's gonna be okay, J button, and it's gonna be submit button. Okay, submit button, and again we're using camel notation, and we are gonna set it to the pretty much new J button, okay, with parentheses. So we have J button, submit button, new J button, and inside of the parentheses we're gonna have double quotes, and we are gonna have it's gonna have submit query. Okay, it's gonna be like that, submit query, semicolon at the end. And now we're gonna create the box to manage placement of query area and submit button in the GUI. Okay, let me move here this one. Okay, so we're gonna have in the box. Okay, so we're gonna have the box, and it's gonna be the box north. It's gonna be box north, camel notation, box north, and we're gonna set it to box that create horizontal box, semicolon at the end. And we're gonna use this box north, and we're gonna use the method add, and we're gonna pass in the scroll. Let me see here. We're gonna pass in the scroll pane. Okay, this one. Let me see. We're gonna pass in the scroll pane. That's fine. Semicolon at the end. And okay, so now we're gonna again use the box north that add, but this time we're adding the submit button. Okay, so we are adding the scroll pane and also the submit button, semicolon at the end. And yeah, we have this box north camel notation. That's fine. Let me see. Okay, so this curly brace belongs to the try, so we are still inside of the try, but now we're gonna create the JTable based on the table model. So we're gonna have the JTable. Okay, so we're gonna have the JTable, and we're gonna have the result table. So it's gonna be the result table, and we are set it to new. We're set it to new J label, and we're passing in filter. Okay, semicolon at the end. And now we're gonna have the final J text field. So it's gonna be the final, and it's gonna be the J text, this one. So the final J text field, and it's gonna be the filter, and it's gonna be the filter text, filter text. Let me see. It's gonna be final J text field, and then it's gonna be filter text. Okay, yeah, and we're gonna set it to the new. We're gonna set it to the new J text field. Okay, semicolon at the end. And here we're gonna have in the J button filter button. So it's gonna be the filter, let me see, field button has to be filter. Okay, filter button, and it's gonna be set to new J button, and we're gonna apply. So it's gonna be apply filter, J label filter. Yeah, that's fine. Apply new filter. Now we're gonna have in the box, and we're gonna have the box south. So it's gonna be the box south, and we're set it to the box. We're gonna set it to the box that create horizontal box, semicolon at the end. And now we're gonna use the box south, and we're gonna use the method add, and we are passing the filter. Let me see, we're passing the filter label, no, filter label, like that, semicolon at the end, and we're gonna have the filter text and also the filter button. So we can just copy and paste here, one more, and here we're gonna have in the filter text, it's gonna be filter text, and below is gonna be the filter button, so it's gonna be the filter button, semicolon at the end. Let me see, scroll pane, everything is fine. Table model, yeah, everything is filter label, filter text, filter button, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now we're gonna place the GUI components on content pane. So we're gonna have the add, and we're gonna pass in side of the parentheses, we're gonna have the box north, comma, we're gonna have in the border layout that north, okay, semicolon at the end. We're gonna have in add, open parentheses, and we're gonna pass in new scroll pane, okay, scroll pane, and we're gonna pass in the result table, yeah, as a first argument, as a second argument we're gonna pass in the border layout that center, okay, semicolon at the end, center, that's fine. Now we're gonna have in the add, and we're gonna have in the back south, so it's gonna be back south. As a second argument we're gonna have in the border, has to be border layout that south, uppercase letters, south, okay. And let me see, so we have box north, border layout north, we have the new scroll pane, here result table, yeah, check out, maybe we missed something, let me see, I miss here semicolon, let me just double check real quick. ResultSet table model, ResultSet table, yeah, everything is fine so far. Filter label, result table, yeah, that's fine. Result table, here result table, and this one is filter label, let me see, final, okay, so here we are creating a JTable based on the table model. So we have the JTable, result table, yeah, this is the result table, new JTable table model, no, this one is wrong, okay, so we have the JTable, yeah, we have the JTable result table, new JTable, not label, has to be table, yeah, JTable, and we are passing not in just in the parentheses, we're passing in the table model, okay. And here below we are gonna have in the J label. Now here, see, that's the reason we have this error here. So we have the J label, and we are gonna have the filter label. So we're gonna have this filter label. Okay, we have this filter label. We're setting it to new J label, and inside of the parentheses we have double quotes, and we just have a filter. Okay, and now we don't have any errors so far, so let's continue. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna create an event listener for submit button. So we're gonna have in this submit button that add let me see, that add action listener, and inside of the parentheses we are gonna have the new. Okay, so we're gonna have the new, and it's gonna be action. Okay, so new action listener. Okay, new action listener. We open like that. We open parentheses and a set of curly braces, and it also ends it up with a semicolon at the end of the curly braces. So we are gonna, let me see, we are gonna this new action, let me see. Okay, so inside of the parentheses, let's delete this part like that. Okay, so far we have the submit button that add action listener. Okay, so we open we need to erase that. Let me see, that parentheses, and okay, here inside of the parentheses of the submit we are gonna have in the new action listener. Okay, and here we have a semicolon at the end of the parentheses, but here inside of the submit button that add action listener we're gonna have the new action. So we're gonna have the new action listener. Let me see. So we're gonna have the new action listener. Okay, so it opens a set of curly braces, and let me see if we need this parentheses. I mean, no, we don't need this one. So Visual Studio Code does it automatically, but I don't think we need it. So even though it does it automatically. Okay, so inside of the curly braces of the new action listener we're gonna pass query to model table. So we're gonna have in public void. We're gonna have in public void action perform. So it's gonna be action perform. Okay, we're gonna open parentheses, and inside of the parentheses we're gonna have in the action event, and then we're just gonna have the event. So action event. Okay, we are passing the query to TableModel. So now we're gonna open curly braces again. Okay, so this may there's gonna be a bunch of curly braces. Let me see. So we have the public void action perform action event. We open curly braces, and now we are inside of the curly braces we're gonna have in our perform a new query. So we're gonna have in our try and catch. Okay, so this is gonna open a new set of curly braces. So in the curly braces of the catch, so let me just 1 2 3, we're gonna have in the table, so we're gonna have in the table model that set query. Okay, we're gonna open parentheses and we are gonna have in the query area that get text. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So we have the table model that set query area that get text. Okay, and let me see. So this is the end of the try. So now we're gonna have in the catch, and inside of the parentheses of the catch we're gonna have in the SQL exception, and then SQL exception inside of the curly braces of the catch we're gonna have in the J option pane. So the J option pane that show okay, that show message, that show, let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, show message dialog. Let me see, show message dialog, and we are gonna have in let me see, so I did it automatically for us, but we are just gonna get rid of this and we're gonna pass in our own argument. So first of all is gonna be null. Yeah, then we're gonna have in the SQL exception that get message, okay, with parentheses. As a third argument we're gonna have this string that is gonna be database and it's gonna be error. Okay, and as a J option pane, this could be 1 2 3 as our 4 argument pane that error underscore message. Okay, so we can save it, and that will be the end of the try and catch here. And below or pretty much so let me see. Okay, database query. Okay, let me see real quick. So we have our public void action performed, so we have our try and catch, and we have our null, we have our SQL null, SQL exception, get message, that's fine, database error, J option, that's fine. This is inside of this catch. So what we are still gonna be inside of this catch statement, and now we're gonna try to recover from invalid user query by executing the full query. So inside of this catch we're gonna have a try. Okay, so yeah, this can be a little confusing, but we're gonna have, let me move it like 1 2 3 table table.model. So table.model, yeah, table, let me see, table, no, we're gonna just table model. Okay, table model, camel notation, that set query, yeah, that set query, open parentheses, we're gonna have in the default query, and yeah, semicolon at the end. Okay, so now we're gonna have in our query area, so query area that, okay, set text, and we're gonna have in the default query, semicolon at the end. Let me see, that will be the end of this try that is inside of the catch. Now inside of this catch we have the try, and also we're gonna have another catch. Okay, as you can see here, let me see, catch. In the second catch we're gonna have in the SQL exception, and then we're gonna have SQL exception 2. Okay, and inside of the curly braces of the second catch we're gonna have in the J option pane that show, okay, J option pane that show message dialog, so yeah, this one, show message dialog. So we're gonna open let me see, yeah, parentheses, and pretty much it's gonna be the same as this one. So let me see, catch J option dialog. So let me see, so we also want to have a null database error. Okay, let me copy this and move it here. Okay, so we're gonna have a null, that's fine. We're gonna have SQL exception 2. Okay, we're gonna have that get message. Okay, that get message. Then we're gonna have the database error, fine. And we're gonna have the J option pane that error message, and we end up with a semicolon. Okay, and we are almost we're almost finishing with this try and catch. Okay, so now to ensure database connection is closed, we're gonna have in the table model. So we're gonna have in the table model that disconnect from database, and we're gonna open parentheses, semicolon at the end. Let me see, so ensure database connection is closed, table model that disconnect from database, and we're gonna have a system. So we're gonna have in system that exit, and we're gonna pass in number 1, semicolon at the end. So terminate the application. This would be the terminate the inner, there will be the inner catch. This would be the end outer catch. This right here would be the end call to the action listener. So this is the parenthesis here of the action listener. So let me see if I move it here, as you can see.